Hello, welcome to my very first freestyle episode. I have no idea where this is going, what's going to come up, but Holy Spirit move. Holy Spirit move. It is Sunday. It is 4 o'clock p.m. Drinking my smoothie before I go to the park. Um, I go to a park, not a playground, and I usually go out there, lay a blanket out, and just look. There's one particular tree that it's always available. So I just go lay under it, look up, think, listen to the birds, the wind. Sometimes people will bring their speakers out there. It's a little annoying. Journal, read, sketch, write poems. And that does it for me. I was talking to this lady. She's about 67 years old and she doesn't have any kids. She's divorced after 30-year marriage. And she just got a new puppy, but life feels really empty for her. And she's like, Ruby, I don't understand the purpose of me being here. Like, I don't have nobody depending on me. Like, she don't get it. Like, she feels like she's just struggling to pay her bills. Like, what is the purpose? And I was like, well, if I feel like you can give your life purpose, like life is, if it's something that you keep waking up to experience, like what are some things that you can control and to give it some purpose? I was like, sometimes it's not, life is not about the external things, about the kids, the this, the that, because there's people who have that and still commit suicide. I was like, life is about this feeling inside that, makes you feel alive, or that makes you, it's about experiencing peace and love. And so what is something that you love to do? Find times to do it. It's like, what did you like to do as a kid? She's like, I used to love to daydream. I used to like going for hikes in the woods. I was like, there's a state park 3 miles from your house. Go explore it. Lay out on your backyard. I was like, do you like, I was like, as I said, as a human, it's, we are designed to create. I was like, you like to bake, you like finding recipes on Facebook, create something. And you know that feeling that you have when you're creating it? Sometimes it feels like you're in autopilot. And then the feeling, the smile that you have when you take your first bite and it turns out so good. Or you get this inkling to add a hint of lemon or vanilla. It's not in the ingredients and it made it just right. Find times to do that. And that's what life is about. It's about something from the inside, not the outside. And a lot of the times, what I realize is that the external things, whether it be being a mom or whether it be, at a certain job or a certain partner relationship, things that we desire, whether it be a friendship or, relationship, what we value about the relationship is not external. It's already inside of us. It's just that that person is like an outlet, or maybe they might activate the joy that's within. So let's say if you're with someone who's funny all the time, like you are designed to laugh. Like you have everything you need in you to laugh, right? And so sometimes it's just someone bringing that out of you. Like they're allowing what's inside to flow out, whether it be like um even, good feelings of like love and stuff, like the love that you have that you want to give to other people, it's already inside of you, and it's just like they're just outlets to express it. So sometimes it's helpful to create those outlets for yourself. You're 67, I'm 26. I can say the same thing. I don't got no kids depending on me, husband depending on me. But if I were to say the same thing about my life, then what? Which I've said. But I also realize, like, if this is the end, right? Or if I'm close to it, or like if this is what life is going to be, what are things that I can do to fill it up? What are moments I can create that are enjoyable, that do allow for those feelings to come out? And I love looking at the sky. It makes me feel so small. Looking at the moon, it makes me feel small. Looking at the clouds and the birds just soaring across the sky, standing under a giant tree, it makes me just, it just commands my attention. We stand in awe of you. I don't know if you know that song, but it just make like standing in awe is just like does it for me. I like laughing. I like laughing. Future husband out there, you gotta be funny. You gotta be funny. Like if I can't laugh with you, it's not gonna do. Or you can't be too sensitive. But I like laughing, so what do? I go to comedy shows. If you live somewhere where you don't have access to comedy shows, I watch them online. Netflix, Hulu, they be having a lot of specials on there. YouTube, creating. Like I think we are all meant to create. Activating that solar plexus. Is that creative? I think so. Or it might be a sacral chakra. I don't know. One of the two. The yellow or the orange light. Um, and so I told her, I was like, have you ever considered coloring books? Did you like to color when you were younger? I just recently learned I like to create poems. I used to love creative writing class, and maybe I'll get into that. Ooh. Maybe I'll start writing little short stories. I'm gonna have to buy a separate book for that, but I'm creating these YouTube videos. Um, yeah. So I don't know why I started talking about her. Let's take a sip of the smoothie before it gets too warm. Well, I put in my smoothies kale, avocado, fruit, yogurt, and water. I used to not put yogurt because I used to think it was cheating because it made it sweeter, but it just makes it taste better, and I could use the extra calories. Look at my little arms. I started my gym membership yesterday, so Big Ruby on the way. Give me 90 days, give me 90 days, give me 90 days. I'm gonna be transformed. I'm gonna be sitting on here like. I remember this guy that I used to like. I was telling him how, I don't want to work out because I don't want my arms to get too big or look too masculine. He was just like, oh, no, I kind of like it. Like, I kind of like when girls, you can see their arms until they work out. And I was like, let me go to the gym. Let me go to the gym. He was someone I like, but he wasn't funny. Like, he would laugh at me, but he was always so serious. And that just scared me a little bit. It scared me a little bit. He was African too, so that was scary. Not in the sense of like, there are stereotypes about all men. They say black men are trash, African men trash, Caribbean men, Haitian men. That like, everybody, men just don't have a good rep. But I was just like, I don't know if this is a culture thing, but his like level of seriousness and stuff, it was just like chill a little bit. It was a bit much for me. It was different, but I adjusted because we did have good conversation. We did have good times. It was always a vibe when we hung out in person. Um, so yeah. So yeah, got my gym membership yesterday. Something small. I'm thinking about getting into boxing, so I just got like a Planet Fitness. I'm telling y'all my business. Planet Fitness membership. Something. So that's like $20 a month, and then the boxing is gonna be about $150, something like that. So I can't have a $200 gym membership and $200 boxing unless it's a gym that has both, which there is one, but it's too far. I'm not doing all that driving. For me to go to the gym consistently, I know I have to live within 10 minutes of the gym. Really like 6. Because that way I have no excuses. Like, you're about to be there in 5 minutes. Like, go. Where if it's like, oh, it's going to be 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. I'm not going. So yeah, filling my life up with these things, journaling. Some people can't get into journaling. They're like, it just doesn't do it for me. I was like, have you tried? Maybe try audio. I've done that where I'll just go for a walk and just record. I have my headphones on and I'll be walking and talking on the way there, and on the way back I play it back and listen to myself, and I'm like, oh, okay. Give therapy to myself. I do think like you gotta get it out somehow, like whatever feeling. Sometimes if you don't, for me, if I don't get it out verbally, whether I'm having a conversation with someone, verbally, whether I'm doing an audio message or physically writing it out, it's gonna be on loop de loop de loop de loop in my head. I ain't got time for that. I don't like this. You don't like it. Also, I'm gonna get some laser hair removal. I want to get, maybe I'll get a consultation tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be getting some chin hairs under here. They're just annoying. And yeah, I don't want to do it anymore. So whatever it costs, sign me up for the payment plan. Um, so yeah, filling your life up with the things that you love. If you're someone who does have a family and you still feel the same way, right? You still feel like I don't have my spark. I do everything for everybody else. What about me? Um, Find time. You gotta make time for you, boo. You gotta make time for you. You gotta tell your husband, like, I'm going for a walk. Like, I don't care. Take this bottle, take this baby. I laid him down for a nap. I understand you're used to, but I have to do this for myself and go for your walk. Call your girlfriend on your walk. Call your mom, your dad, or just talk to yourself, talk to God. But you gotta make time for you because if you don't, no one will. No one's gonna be like, oh, let me stop everything and just do this. Sometimes you might get people who do that, and guess what? You'll be like, oh no, it's okay. I'll stay and work anyway. No, 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 no. You gotta do what's best for you. You have to create room. So if you're someone who is married or in a situation where it's you, your partner, or maybe you got family members living with you guys, and you just are so caught up in all these roles that you still feel empty, like you feel like it's not you, like you feel like it's the sister, it's the mother, it's the girlfriend, but it's like who you are is not being fulfilled. Find times to go for walks or color, or if you used to love singing, sing. If you used to play an instrument, go find it. Go find it. I'm not gonna keep picking that up. So let's take another sip. Sip, sip, sip. It's been 12 minutes. What did I talk about for 12 minutes? Ooh, I hope the mic didn't pick up all those sounds. But yes, this is what life is about. Experiencing as much joy as you can, as much happiness as you can, meditating. And that's just, meditating is just being present. It's not just, like really being present and like feeling your body. Like, oh, let me feel my ankles. Not touch them, but like just feel them. Feel the blood pulsing in the bottom of your feet. Like, don't forget that you are a human. You have a body. Listen to your body. Like, if you do a body scan and you've like realized you start at the top of your head and you're like, it's a little tight in here. There's like a knot in here. You might need a massage. I need a massage. Oh, it's because I went to the gym, duh. But even before that, I need a massage, so I need to get that on the schedule. If you don't know, if you live near like a community college or a massage therapy play like school, you can get discounted massages there from the students. I learned that from my research. As I was thinking about going to school for that. Maybe I'll look into that. Um, what else? Uh, Reading. Read for pleasure. I like to read for pleasure and education. I read my first romance book, Kennedy Ryan, Before I Let Go. That was about, I'll give it a two and a, maybe like a two and a half, 3 out of 5 Charity Spice, but it was good. Most of my books are like Mel Robbins. Um, what's that book over there? Laws of Spirit. That's usually like spiritual self help books, which are cool, and it just opens my mind to how the universe works and just concepts about love and the hidden things of the world, because a lot of times you go on TV and it's just a lot of surface level stuff, and I want to get to the deep stuff that people aren't talking about, like real love, fear, you know, just like the laws of the universe talk about the laws of balance, presence, faith, um, duality, Things like that. That just, I love learning about those things because they turn out to be the most helpful things that I need on a daily basis. Um, let's see. Um, I had this guy that I met on a trail offer to take me on a date, coffee date. He said, "Would you like to go get coffee?" Sure. He said, "Can I get your number?" I usually give out my Instagram, but I said, "Sure." He didn't text me for a week. Cool, right? Though he said work was busy. Um, all right, work is busy. We talk one day, talk about, what you do that day, blah, blah, blah. Then I didn't respond to one of his texts. 2 days later, he calls me at the next day, he called me at 3 o'clock in the morning. And it wasn't just like a zzz, like it was ringing. And I was asleep. I woke up, I was like, no. Then a week after that, I was like, are you still interested in getting coffee? No reply for days. Oh, I'm sorry, it was a busy week. Yes. No, we're not getting coffee no more. I'm not playing these games with you, sir. I'm not playing these games with you. Um, so yeah, I was excited to go because I was like, oh, I'm getting some inertia in the dating realm, but I'm just not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't know what that means. You waiting week after week, and then work was busy, and then calling me at 3:30 in the morning. Hmm. No, but I guess my freestyle episode is coming to an end. It's important for me to be consistent in creating content. I hope you picked up some tidbits. Back to what I was saying about journaling. I have a journal for my dreams and synchronicities, and then I have a journal for me where I usually write something to me or I'll write down my prayers. And I recently saw a YouTube video. I didn't click it, but I saw like a clip, and she was talking about how journaling is really helpful because you can't really lie in journaling. And one thing I noticed about myself, when I journal, somebody else is working through me because things that weren't clear become clear as I'm writing, or it'll be some profound um revelations, and I'll be like, well, this happened and it da da da, and it could be that this and this and this like it'll be like, oh, I see that this happened to show me this, and I'm like, I didn't even know that was inside of me. So I could have took this to a therapist or someone else, but sometimes taking time to just explain what happened and how you're feeling about it, or you can just purely write feelings. Like sometimes the answers just flow out. So I journal, and I look back at my journals. They usually like this year. I feel like this is like a movie, honestly. Like I went to the gym for the first time yesterday, and I was like, literally last year this time, I signed up for this exact gym for the exact same reasons. Not because I needed to get in shape, yes, but it was just a different, like, I could have went to another gym, or I was working out somewhere else. And I'm just like, I always go back and look at like last year this time, this is where I was sitting, this is what I was doing, this is what I was praying about, this is what I was learning. And sometimes I'll write letters to my future self or revelations that apply to those lessons that apply right now. And sometimes you have to go through the same thing because you didn't get the lesson, or it's trying to test to see if you actually learned the lesson. And if you get the same results, then you probably didn't learn the lesson. Sometimes the lesson isn't so much about giving up. Sometimes the lesson is about showing up differently. Like last time it happened, it didn't necessarily mean you're supposed to walk away. It might have just meant that it got as bad as it did because you were operating a certain way. So when it come around this time, it doesn't mean like, oh, I have to leave. It's like, oh no, I need to change how I am. How I did the same things that I did in the last scenario. And so I need to do it differently this time. Same environment, but yeah. Yep. So journal, color, go to the parks, go for walks. I guess we have a title now. Coping skills, coping with life. Um, it's not dry. Is this dry skin? I get okay. So I don't know if it's called like eczema. I mean, or what, but like my face, like it's 4 o'clock. I've been up all day, whatever, whatever. But my here on my eyes and here, it gets so white and dry, and the skin can get like flaky. I don't know. But I don't have as much enthusiasm. We didn't have any coffee yesterday or today. We had hot chocolate, and I'm excited to get to the park. So yes, do all those things. If your life is feeling empty, find what it is that you like to do as a kid. Create crafts, projects, Legos, puzzles, walks, sunsets, just standing in awe of nature. Um, Make your life meaningful. It's kind of like that dream I had. Like, life is going to end anyway. So you get to decide if your life is going to have meaning or not. And meaning is how are you going to fill your time? Like, you can't get your time back. So I can't get this time back. Like, I'm 26 and a half, just about. I'm not going to get to be 26 and a half again. So what did I spend that time doing? Stressed, this, that. You could be stressed, but it's like I was stressed. There's parts of times that I was stressed, but I look back and sometimes the stress was necessary, but there were times like, yeah, but I still have my coffee. I still like, in those times like, I'm gonna treat myself. One thing I'm going to do. I don't care if I gotta rob Navy Federal or whatever my credit. I'm gonna treat myself. So treat yourself because you never know it could all end. I seen this post on Instagram and it was like I might not even exist in the life that I'm worried about. You might not even exist in the life that you're worried about. So don't be worried about it. Like, oh, if I have kids, are they gonna be healthy and this and that? And I have to. Like, you might not even have kids. Oh, if I get this job, am I gonna be there for 40? You don't know what can happen. But you know what's happening right now in this day, in this moment. It's like if you have a free moment, what can you do? Even if it's just sitting in silence, sitting in the car and just having a moment. You owe that to yourself, to the moment. And I do believe all of it's happening at the same time, the past, present, and the future. And who you are right now decides what future you're going to be in. So, who I am today, this body that I have today, and what I choose to do with it today decides the type of body I'm going to have in August. Is this going to be, am I going to be active in August if I didn't start anything right now? Or tomorrow or in this moment? Like, the time that I run on my watch tomorrow is going to be reflected on what I did today. Was yesterday a recovery day? Did I not do anything or did I run yesterday? So now the run tomorrow might be a little bit better. The relationships. Ooh, I saw this video and it was like sometimes we get so caught up. Oh, I need to focus on myself. Then I'll pour into my friendships. I need to focus on myself. Then I'll get my career, or I'll focus on my career and then I'll work. And it's like time ain't waiting for nobody. Like it's not just this. Oh, I'm only gonna pour into this one thing and then I'll come back to everything else one time better. Like no, because those friends that you had, they have moved on. They grew up, they started like you didn't want to be apart and now you're trying to come back and it's like there's nowhere that you can fit. Or same thing with your siblings, like, oh, I have to go get my life together, then when I come back and make money, it's just like you're missing their graduations, you're missing out on big things. By the time you come back, they're not 10 anymore, they're 15. But you chose not to keep that intact, right? Once I get the job, then I'll be able to be available for all the other things. But I believe that whatever you water grows. So when you put all your eggs in one basket, um, sometimes it's going to be hard to go back. But if you spend your time, let's say you are in a job, but you are also giving time to your friendships, you are giving time to your relationship, you are giving time to your family, as you grow, like they're going to keep growing with you. But I think sometimes we neglect some things for the other, and when we come back, it's a weird fit. You go off to college, you make all those new friends, and then you come back for your family reunion, or you come back years later after you got your degree, and it's like, little poo poo is 15, and he's just like, hi, nice to meet you. Like, you don't really know his personality no more. He's not the little baby that you know, and you didn't do your part in keeping that connection. So, not to say you can't start again, but hey, the choice is yours, you know? The choice is yours. Family's gonna be family, always, whether y'all are close or not, they're still gonna be your family. Um, some friends care, some friends don't. They don't take it personal. But it's just something to be mindful of. That's something that I'm learning. My little cousins, they're like 16 now. They used to call me all the time when I was in college. It used to get on my nerves, but I would answer every now and then because I'm like, I'm not there, and there's gonna come a time when they're gonna be grown and they're not gonna call me all the time. So I still do my part when I try to see them. When I came home for breaks and stuff, to keep those connections with my cousins, siblings, um, high school friends, whatever's important to you. But on that note, we're going to end this video. Yeah, we're going to head over to the park, enjoy ourselves, be kind, loving, and caring to yourself and others. Whatever you water grows. Does Sierra thing say water what waters you? I don't know if that's what it says. Yeah, be kind, be caring, be loving.